Alright, now guys, once you've been through the tutorial and you've got everything started, you've selected your race and where you start from, we're sitting here in the dock. Alright, so you're probably going to have a few things over here flashing. You got the flashing of the license over here, so we're going to go over everything right now so you have a little bit of an introductory of what you're doing. Alright, now so first thing I want you to do as a new player is go up here to main, click that little button. Now you have a few options here. You have settings, key binding, support, log out and quit. Support, good button to know. If you have any problems, that's a good place to start right there. Key bindings, this is going to tell you how your ship is controlled. Always a very good idea to familiarize yourself with that. Now me myself, I've played for a little bit, so I already have my controls set up to where, I'm comfortable. Now, what we really want you to do is go right in here. What I want you to do is go right into here real quickly. Now, this is a good place to look. Again, a lot of good information in here, guys. Go through and customize what you need for your computer and your settings. But what I want you to do real quick is jump in here to game and scroll down here and see this one right here, ship information. I want you to set that to full. Now, that's going to give you a big breakdown on a lot of information on your ship. Scroll on down right here, auto repairs, auto replenish. You want both of those checked. That's going to refuel, resupply your ship after each battle. Now here's another important one right here, station protection activation. If you're a new player, I would highly suggest that you click that open or click that on, because when you go out into attack sectors you'll be protected, and we'll go into a little further detail on that in another tutorial. Now HUD, this is a very important one as well. Some of these boxes may be unchecked. If they are, check them out. See the information change on a display? You want all these boxes checked, or at least me myself, I like them all checked. The more information you have about what's going on in the battle, the better. For example, I have a few of these unchecked down here. Now this is the target that I'm going to be locked on. See, there's no display there. As you check these, notice the information changing? Me myself, in my experience, the more information you have in battle, the better. For example, you can tell the ship and the hull strength, the type of ship, the pilot's name, and its role right there. That would affect how I would attack opponent, maybe defend myself, or what I might do in battle. So go ahead and check those on, guys, and go on back out of here. Now, for example, the ship information on full, there's why I had you set that open. Now that gives you a big breakdown of what this ship is capable of doing. It gives you the hull, the shield, the speeds, the energy burn, the sensor range, all good information to have about your ship. Now, ship tree, breakdown of your ship's crew. Now if you're just starting, this is not going to be unlocked until you hit a rank 2, which I've already got, and we're going to explain that in just a moment. Contracts, very important part here. Contracts is how you get faction vouchers. Now you need faction vouchers to tune up Pacific modules and weapons. For example, to tune my assault railgun up from MK2 is what it is now, green, to MK3, I need 9,000 raid faction vouchers. And you get those in battle, in PvE, and of course PvP. Armory, this is where all the stuff that you're going to get goes. Alright? All the weapons you have, all the missiles, modules, all that stuff is here in your warehouse. You also have the shop here, where you can buy weapons, modules, ship modifiers. Workshop, very good place to be. This is where you're going to craft munitions, drones, for example, slugs. You can also build modules here. Now if you look over here in this screen, you're going to have a list of parts, supplies, and things that you need to build this particular module. For example, the ion diffuser. I've yet to learn the blueprint, so therefore I can't make it, but I don't have any parts anyways, being as I just started. Leaderboards, pretty much just what it says, keeps tracks of scores for yourself, the corporation, and other players. Help, this button right here, a very good button to have. We'll click on that. Now this is going to give you a quick breakdown of things. game interface, for example. Very basic breakdown of where your keys are. This is particularly nice too. Gives you a breakdown and a brief description on what the ships are. Always good to click on these things and find out some good information, guys. Flight training, combat training, and practice battle. Very good place to go in, get familiar with yourself. If you happen to have some friends that are playing the game, you guys can go in there and practice together. Support, facts, forums, wiki. Again, great places for information, gentlemen. If you have any problems, put in support tickets. Facts is right here. Frequently asked questions, come on. Everybody has them, use it. Now, if you look over here, you have a license, standards, and exchange. License is pretty much straightforward. This is going to give you a 50% increase on your PvE and PvP battles. Standards. This is where you're going to purchase the galactic standards. Pretty much straightforward, guys. Also over here on the left is packages. This is a good place to get information. The little special button there, it's telling you what's going on there. You got the International Day there. Little information here, for example, on the Dreadnoughts, which is another new feature that they've added. The arms race, which is going to give out rewards for the first corporations to be done with their Dreadnoughts. And here's a nice one right here, the new tournament. You can win up to 250 gold standards in half an hour. Quick couple battles, guys. Always a lot of stuff going on in this game. Now over here you have contacts. This is how you're going to get your various contracts. Like I was saying, the more you do these little missions and the higher ranks and tiers that you get, the more missions will open up and the better the rewards will be. Down here is pretty much a social interface. You can post on Facebook and a few other sites, your mail, friends list, invites, etc. there. Now this right here is a little poll that they put up every now and again asking players for feedback. Alright, always a good place to go and give a good honest answer there, guys. They actually take good input on that. Down here you have corporations. This game is really set up, guys, to be played as a team. As you learn this game, you're going to realize that the ships, the modules, and the implants all work together and are meant to work as a team. So corporations are very important. So as I chose Jericho for my starter, I'm going to go to Jericho. And we're going to go ahead and throw in an application to a corporation like GOD here. That is my corp. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that. Boom. Send an application into this corporation. Alright, that's as easy as it is. You also have the chat, which you can apply and talk to other people. There's also on the forums. There is corporations who will make posts there as well. Now here is your statistics. Good place to find out a little bit about yourself. And as I said, I've already played a little bit and got my tier 2 or my rank 2 ship to open up my implants and my contracts. But there's a quick breakdown of my stats, telling you a little bit about yourself. And these right here, these ranks that you want to achieve, you want to complete these assignments to get better rewards for faction vouchers. Now this right here is pretty simple. Launch. I mean, all these things have hoverovers and pretty much gives you a basic breakdown. The biggest thing you want to know about is the workshop. That's where you're going to make items. It's craftable stuff, whether it be drones, slugs, items, you know, such as a nice set of weapons. These right here. This is your interface for the ship that you're currently selecting. Again, hover over it, guys. Left click on them, and you have options. Now, at rank 1 through 3, you don't have very many options in tier 1. Very beginner class. But, guys, the good thing about that is if you open up the tree, these ships aren't that much. So this is a good time for you as a new player to experiment a little bit with the various different classes that each race has to offer. Don't be afraid to, ask advice on the chat here. I mean, most people will give you a quick hand or a quick pointer. And again, the biggest thing I want to point out is, being that they're so cheap at this beginner level, don't be afraid to experiment and find your favorite ship class. There's one more thing that I'm going to leave you with before we go, is the crew or the implants. Now, if you'll hover over one, now this is not going to be open until you get a rank 2 ship in your lineup, which I've already done a battle and got my ship. But as you see that I'm hovered over it, it says hull strength increased by 25%. For example, this one increases hull resistances to all types of damage by 20 points. Each one has its own individual effect, and of course, it's going to affect the ship. For example, this one right here, reduces the incoming controlling inhibited effects duration by 23%, reduces main weapon spread by 20. Now, for example, on this, the command fighter, I have the assault railgun. Its spread is 0.1 to 2 degrees currently. Let's go in here, click on that, double click it, implant's done. Now if I go back here and I look at it now, it is 0.1 to 1.6 degrees spread. So that's going to affect how your ship flies, how your modules may react. So that's a good thing to pay attention as you open up your ships. Keep an eye on those modules or the implants. They really will help you. Now as you get a little higher, you'll be able to unlock these right here, which is pretty much like individual presets. So when you're flying a specific type or style of ship, you can quickly just click on this button and your implants are then loaded for that specific style of ship. Alright, now contracts. These are very important things. You want to make sure you try to get as many contracts as you can done and rotate them, as the cooldown periods can take a little while. Now if you look right here, I have the assault railgun, which currently is at the MK2 level, or it's green. To tune it up, I need 9,000 raid faction vouchers. And again, you get those in your contracts. Win 2 battles. So I need to go win one more and I'm going to get 600 there. Also as well, on the side here, these contracts that I mentioned earlier, the contacts I should say, pay attention to those. You accept that mission. So now, when I use this launch button, I'll automatically get what I need to tune up that weapon. We'll be right back. Alright folks, we're back after that quick battle. And as you just saw, there's a few rewards that just popped up there. See this right here, you're always going to get these little ones as you progress in the game, which is quite nice. The main thing is we collected this reward right here. So, let's tune up our first weapon. Alright. And that's how it's done, folks. Alright guys, the last thing I'm going to cover here real quick is this little thing right here. Okay guys, the last thing I'm going to cover is this little interface right here. Now this is how you level up your ships, or how you increase their synergy. Synergy is just another word for experience. So if you look, for example here, 2 of 5 on your synergy or experience level, and I need 3 to open up the Axe X, which is a rank 3 tier 1 ship. So we'll go over here, click level up, and there you go. Now if you'll notice, I had some current synergy for the experience I've earned while I was playing this ship, and some free synergy that I used. Now if you hover over the ship again there, you'll see underneath the ship icon there, it says generates 5% free synergy. Now that's in any battle that you're in, PvE or PvP. Alright guys, well that pretty much concludes it for this beginning introductory video, if you will. If you have any questions or anything like that, please post a comment below, and help me out with a like, a subscribe, or maybe a share. And I hope to see you guys out there, mercenaries. Good luck.